The Texas Killing Fields is a 25-acre patch of dense woodland located in the Houston Ship Channel area, about 25 miles southeast of downtown Houston. The area has been the site of the discovery of at least 47 bodies since the 1970s, most of them young women and girls. The vast majority of the cases remain unsolved, and the Killing Fields have become one of the most notorious unsolved serial murder cases in American history. The first known victim to be discovered in the Killing Fields was 19-year-old Jean Gann, who was found strangled to death in 1971. In the years that followed, more and more bodies were found in the area, many of them bearing signs of torture and sexual assault. The victims ranged in age from 12 to 30 years old, and came from all walks of life. The Texas Killing Fields case gained national attention in the early 1980s, when the media began to report on the large number of unsolved murders. The case has been the subject of numerous documentaries and television shows, and has been featured in books and magazines. Despite the intense media attention, the Texas Killing Fields case remains unsolved. There have been several suspects who have been investigated in connection with the crimes, but none of them have been definitively linked to the murders. One of the most well-known suspects in the Texas Killing Fields case is Dean Corll, a convicted serial killer who was executed in 1998. Corll is believed to have murdered at least 28 young men and boys in the Houston area between 1970 and 1973. He was accompanied by two teenage accomplices, Elmer Wayne Henley, Jr. Henley and Brooks eventually turned Corll into the police, and Henley testified against him in court. Corll was sentenced to death, and executed in 1998. Despite Corll's execution, the Texas Killing Fields case remains unsolved. There are a number of reasons for this. First, the vast majority of the victims were found in a state of advanced decomposition, making it difficult to determine the exact cause of death. Second, many of the victims were killed many years ago, and evidence has been lost or destroyed over time. Third, the Texas Killing Fields is a large and dense area, and it is difficult to search thoroughly. Despite the challenges, law enforcement officials continue to investigate the Texas Killing Fields case. They are hopeful that new technology and DNA testing may eventually lead to the identification and apprehension of the killer or killers. Theories about the Texas Killing Fields. There are a number of theories about who may be responsible for the murders in the Texas Killing Fields. Some people believe that the murders were committed by a single serial killer, while others believe that the work of multiple killers. One theory is that the murders were committed by a cult. This theory is supported by the fact that some of the victims were found with religious symbols carved into their bodies. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory. Another theory is that the murders were committed by a group of truck drivers. This theory is supported by the fact that the Killing Fields are located near a major trucking,